breathing. So why do we do belly breathing, right? We are trying to activate our parasympathetic nervous system. So we're always telling ourselves, telling other people, telling our students, take a deep breath, right? Why? What are we doing with that breath? So we're trying to activate or engage our parasympathetic nervous system. That's that side of our brain or our body, not the side of it, but we want to bring in rest and digest, all right? So we're constantly in that kind of fight, flight, or freeze state. We're always under stress, under duress. And so we want to take those deep breaths to engage that rest and digest part of ourselves. So when we think about that, we're taking that breath in through our nose and we're shifting that air, pushing it down through the lungs, through the diaphragm and into the belly. That diaphragm activation is what engages that rest and digest part of our body. So let's start with that. So sitting up nice and tall, we've been working and trying to focus a little bit on the breath. So let's do it again. All right, so bringing the breath in through the nose and really working it down into the belly, letting the belly grow and fill with air as it rises, and then really emptying out all of the breath on the exhale. So if that for you means opening your mouth and having kind of a sigh or an audible exhale, that's okay, right? So we're gonna try 2 more breaths just like that. So a long breath in through the nose, filling the belly, kind of holding it in there as a pause, and then letting it go. And then we'll try it again, in and out. All right. So as the body scan kind of noted, many of us carry tension in our shoulders and in our neck. So that's what our focus is going to be here. So I want you to just gently draw your chin down toward your chest and just start to rock it from side to side. Nice and slow. Again, noting any places or spaces along the way that might be holding tension. And so just moving the head back and forth. And then the next time the right ear goes toward the right shoulder, pause there. Your hands can just be resting on your lap in this moment. But right ear toward the right shoulder, and then allow the forehead to kind of move forward and backward until you find that space on the left side of your neck. That's kind of that tight or tense spot, the sweet spot, if you will, that might need a little bit of extra love and space tonight. And just kind of start to breathe into it. I know that's one of those strange yoga things that we say, but you're going to breathe into the space in that left side of your neck. If this feels okay to you, you can just stay here and keep breathing there. If you'd like a little more, you want to try something different, you're going to take your right fingertips up. You're going to bring them over to the left side of the head. So they're just kind of gently resting, maybe in the temple area on the side of the head. They're not pulling down. It's just a simple rest. But notice how that might change the stretch in the neck. And breathe into that space. Again, noting here, don't let any tension creep back into the jaw or between the eyes. And then if you want a little more than this, you'll take your left hand and let that arm just kind of dangle down beside you, noting how that might change the stretch. And you can even take the fingers of that hand and kind of walk it behind you several inches, noting how that might change things. So wherever you land here, take whatever it is that you need in this moment, just kind of breathe some space into the neck there. And just take another breath here. And then if you've moved the hands or the arms, just gently release them, coming back to the lap. And then really mindfully draw the chin back down toward the chest. And then gently rock left ear to left shoulder. All right, so you know what's coming here. You're going to move the forehead back and forth, finding your sweet spot, this time on the right side of the neck. Just breathe into that tense space, right? You breathe into those spaces just to kind of release some of that tension. And then if you'd like a little bit more, Left fingers come up to the side of the head, just gently resting. Again, noting how that might change or support you in this spot. And then if you would like another option here, right fingers dangle down beside you or even draw behind you. Just noting how that changes or supports you. And we'll just take a few breaths into this space. Great, one more breath. Use the exhale to draw the hands back to the lap, slowly rocking the chin down toward the chest and pausing there for a moment, really emphasizing the chin toward the chest so that you can open up some space through the back of the neck, those little vertebrae that are there. And then if you would like, you could bring your chin back to neutral. If you want a little bit more, you'll dip the head back and lift the chin toward the ceiling, just kind of stretching through the front of the throat here. Be very mindful. Necks are one of those spots in all of our bodies that can carry a lot of tension, but can also be really sensitive. And then go ahead and bring the chin back to neutral. Take a swallow in the throat here. And then open the jaw. Just kind of make some space between the teeth. And then shift the jaw from side to side. Just making a little space there. All right, and then we're going to start to focus on the shoulders. So we often do shoulder rolls, but we're going to do them a little more emphatically today. So I want you to squeeze the shoulders up toward the ears, like really squeeze them up as high as they can go. And then I want you to draw the shoulder blades together. So you're going to hug your shoulder blades together, opening up the heart space here. And then slide the shoulders down. So you might even let the hands kind of dangle down beside you. And then we'll try it again. So it's a slow kind of roll here, right? Squeezing the shoulders up, kind of pausing there for a moment to feel that. Draw the shoulders, the shoulder blades together, open up that heart space, and then let the shoulders slide down. It's kind of making that slow and emphatic. It's a squeeze all the way up toward the ears. Hug the shoulder blades together, and then slide the shoulders down. All right, one more time, just like that. Squeeze it up toward the ears, draw the shoulder blades together, slide the hands down. Just kind of notice how that feels. So we're gonna come into a nice tall spine here. Let the hands just kind of dangle down beside you. But this time, kind of take big, wide starfish hands, stretch the fingers open, and then let the fingers draw down toward the ground. So almost like you have like your Spider-Man, right? And you're letting your web kind of draw down toward the floor. So this also allows the spine to lengthen. So draw the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. So you have a nice tall seat here. And we're gonna use an inhale to draw the arms out and up overhead. Big breath in here. Keep that space in the spine. And as you exhale, go ahead and let the arms float on down. Good. Let's try it again. Breathe in, draw the arms overhead. Breathe out, arms float down. Use the whole exhale here to let the arms float down. All right. Let's try two more. Your breath and your movement here. So just really use the whole breath in for the arms to come up. And that whole breath out. Maybe even it's a nice sigh as your arms float down. And you'll try one more, just like that. Beautiful. Let's take a little side stretch here. So let's take the arms up overhead again. All right, arms come up overhead. Simple side stretch here. So you're just gonna grab the opposite wrist. It doesn't matter which side you do first. Once you grab that wrist though, I want you to really reach up with that hand in the air. So you're creating space through the side body here. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, now take the hand overhead and find that side stretch. Keep pressing the feet into the ground. Let the hips stay on the chair. So you're really getting a nice stretch, kind of from all the way from your pinky finger all the way down to the hip on that side. Stay there and take a big breath in. Fill up that side body with air. Let the breath out. Good, another full breath in and out. Reach through those fingertips for an inhale. And then exhale, come back up, release the hands, wiggle the fingers, maybe roll out the wrists a little bit. And then we're gonna switch. So take the other wrist in the hand. And again, pressing down through the feet and the hips, you're gonna reach up with that arm, really making a lot of space on the side body. Big breath in here. And then exhale, take it over, side stretch here. Again, you're reaching to the side, but grounding down through the hip and the seat so that you can really feel space in the side of the body. Really breathe in. Try to fill up the whole side of the body with air. Let it go. Good. Another breath in and out. Reaching through those fingers for one last inhale. And then exhale, let the arms come back up overhead. Again, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists out for a minute or two in one direction and then the other. And then reach up high, big breath. Exhale, float the arms down. All right, we're gonna work into our hips this time. I really should have picked a better seat for myself here for this. We'll try to make sure it goes through, the cues go through. So you're gonna take your feet, you're gonna cross one foot over the other, okay? Let me back that up. You're gonna cross one ankle over and let it set on the opposite knee. So kind of like a gentleman's cross of the chair, if you will. I don't know if this will help a little bit. I don't know if you can see this. All right, so you have the ankle on the knee, and then crossed leg, your knee is kind of sticking out to the side a little bit here. Right away, you can feel the tension wrap around the thigh, right? So this might be enough for you. This might be where you want to stay. Just going to stay tall in the spine, keep breathing into this. If you want any more kind of sensation here, if this feels good, I often refer to this as a hurt so good pose, right? Not that it hurts, but it's kind of uncomfortable. But once you release it, it starts, that's such a beautiful feeling. So if you want a little bit more here, you can take that hand, just kind of press that knee down toward the ground. And just notice how that changes that feeling or sensation in the hip. Taking a breath in and out. And you can stay here. If you'd like any more, you can take a breath in with a tall spine and you can fold the torso forward. You want to keep the spine nice and long. Take your gaze a few feet in front of you. Just breathe into that space. You can continue to press the knee toward the floor. All right, take a nice breath in. Again, watch the tension that might be creeping into the jaw or between the eyes. And breathe in. Breathe out. One more long breath in. And then use the exhale to mindfully and slowly sit back up if you took that forward fold. And then uncross the leg. Take a little kind of massage into the thigh, that outside thigh, and get that fresh blood flowing into the thigh there. Just kind of notice how that feels. And then notice the difference in the two sides of the body. So because we're sitting in front of computer screens, this is also a really beautiful stretch to kind of release all the tension that comes into our hips and our thighs. So we're gonna set up for the other side. So cross the other ankle over, let it rest on the knee, flex the foot, and again, just let the body settle in here to this space, right? So this is our IT band. It's starting in the low back, it's wrapping around the outside of the thigh, and it comes all the way into the front of the knee. So that gets really short and tight from all the sitting that we do. So breathe into that for a moment. And then again, if you would like a little more, go ahead and press that knee down toward the ground, really respecting the body here and noting how much is enough. Just take what it is that you need. Don't feel like you need to press yourself or push yourself any further than you feel. If you want more than this, take a breath in, lengthen that spine, and then take the forward fold here. Just kind of noting how this might change. And the two sides of the body can be very different. We often have like one side that tends to be shorter or tighter than the other. Take a long breath in here. Let it go. One more breath in. And then use the exhale to sit up. Slow and mindful release of the leg. Go ahead and kind of massage the thigh there and get that fresh blood flowing in again. All right. All right, so we're gonna try one more seated pose here. And I want you to note that all of these kind of poses or things that we are participating in are all things you can be doing from your desk, your computer chair, wherever it is that you're delivering service. This is something that you can do kind of every day at any given moment, right? You don't need anything but your body here. All right, so we're gonna take a nice chair twist here. So what I want you to do, again, feet are nice and flat on the ground. You have a nice tall spine. I want you to cactus your arms or goalpost your arms. Taking a breath in here. And then as you exhale, you're gonna twist to one side. Doesn't matter which side you do first. And then as you exhale, go ahead and let the elbows come down. So your front arm is kind of resting on the outside of the thigh or the knee there. Your back arm is just kind of finding its way to your chair or the floor behind you, all right? As you breathe in here, you wanna keep this spine nice and tall, find length there. And as you exhale, continue to try to find a little more space in that twist. All right, and with this, your gaze can stay toward your computer, it can go to the side, perhaps it looks over your shoulder. Tall spine to breathe in. Exhale, deepen the twist if you can. We'll take one more breath in and out. Staying for one more inhale and then releasing on the exhale. Again, pausing to notice how that feels in the body. All right, so we'll do the same thing on the other side. So goalpost or cactus the arms. Nice tall spine to breathe in. Exhale, twisting at the torso or the belly. Find that low back kind of twist there. When you exhale here, go ahead and let the arms come down. Front arm presses to the outside of the knee or the thigh. The back arm finds the side or the back of the chair, maybe the ground behind you. Tall spine to breathe in. Exhaling into the twist, letting your gaze go wherever it feels good to you this evening. And again, the two sides of the body can be very different. You want to make sure that your knees are not knocking together here too. So nice tall breath in, make sure there's space between the knees, let that breath out. One more inhale, and then exhale, come on back.